Hey YouTubers, it's me, Monkey Dragon here, helping out game guys out there. Well anyways guys, the topic of today's video is Black Ops 2 Uprising DLC and my first impressions. This isn't a review because I don't feel that I've played long enough for it to be reviewed, because I'm still on that, oh, you're 40, you have a new game. And I think that if I were to try to judge it now, it would be a misjudgment. So I'd like to wait a few days, this way then nostalgia goes away, this way I won't be like, it's amazing, and then I just hate it. Kind of want to avoid that kind of stuff because it won't be good. Anyways, so with that, let's go ahead and start off with my more exciting point for this, which is Mob of the Dead. And Mob of the Dead is probably one of my most favorite zombie map. And this isn't like the euphoria of a new map. This is truthfully, for the reason being that usually in most zombie maps, there's a kind of a unique sequence of events. You spawn in, you buy this couple doors, you turn on the power, then you try to get, a perk or two, hit the box, depending on which map it is, and that's usually the sequence of events, and then, you buy everything. Where in this one, there's so many different pathways, and there's so much you could do, that there's not this one single path. You could go for the Tomahawk straight away. You can go to Juggernaut straight away. Since you are your own power, you have to choose what you want to power on. You can choose to go to the box first. You can choose to whether or not start building the plane straight away. You can choose to work on the upgrading of the Tomahawk. You can choose to start working on the Golden Spork. There's so much that you can do that's what makes it awesome, is that there's not that one single path anymore, that it just opens up, and that's probably what makes it my favorite zombie map, is for the reason being that it isn't just one single path, and I'm loving it. I really like how they added in so much to do, so that it's not just, you sit here, you run around, you build up your points, then you go buy what you want, and then you sit around, build up your points, and then you go buy what you want. But this one is, you gotta go out and get it, which is awesome. And with that, let's go ahead and move on to multiplayer. And really quickly, about the multiplayer, I'm going to say it's probably one of my more favorite map packs, for the reason being that they actually added in cover. Because not for the map packs I made for this game. For the Black Ops 2, the original maps don't really have cover. And that's what I really hated about the original maps, was that, there's only a few positions of power where you have cover, and then, from there, there's, like, stretches anywhere between 20 and 50 feet, and, that's a big, long time to cover, and that's the big problem with the original maps, whereas these ones, I feel like, added in a lot more cover and a lot more places, so advancing doesn't feel like such a death wish anymore, because for me, I like to run around, and I like to feel like I'm moving, I like to hold locations, I like to kind of grab a spot of the map, and having cover allows me to move around more. This way it's not like, oh goodness, I gotta sit here for 10 minutes to wait to see whether or not someone's come through. You know what I mean? So, I like the fact that they added in cover. I like the fact that they're changing the maps. And with that, let's go and talk about Studio. And for the reason being is, I've heard a lot of controversy over this. And if you guys don't know, Studio is a map based off Black Ops 1's map, Firing Range. And I've heard a lot of stuff about this, for the reason being that a lot of people are like, oh, it's the same map, they just threw in a couple stuff. I hate it. I've already played this map, 100,000 times. Why would I want to play it again? And the way I look at it is, Black Ops 1 Firing Range was my absolute favorite map. I called it my baby. Whenever I went in there, I wrecked face. It was one of my favorite maps. Always voted for it. And whenever I see the map, I may have played on it, 100,000 times, but I don't look at it as like, I played this map 100,000 times. I look at it as, I played it 100,000 times. I want to play it another 100,000 times. I rate it on not how much I played it, or whether it's new, or whether it's different, or whether there's, some unique thing to this map, like it got the gigantic butterfly in the middle of it, flapping its wings, cooling us all off as we're running around the map. I look at it as, is it a map that I want to play on? And Studio is the map that I want to play on. The way I look at it is, this is my favorite map, Firing Range, and I know a lot of people, this is also their favorite map. And I look at it as, it's my favorite map, and they added to it, they threw in a freaking dinosaur. They added in, they added in freaking aliens with lasers and all this really cool stuff. I really like it. It adds a new feel to it. It doesn't make it a new map, but it makes it so that it's not the same thing, if that makes sense to you. It adds something visually so that, it's not always the same thing, which is cool. And anyway, so let's go to move on to Magma. And Magma is the game that you're seeing right here, and a lot of people's complaint was about the lava, and how you die from it and everything. And for me, I haven't died from the lava yet, and FYI, this is my first time me playing on it here, on this game. So, when I play on this map, I don't really see the magma as like some gigantic killing tool that a lot of people do. But then again, I don't really go near the lava. I see the lava, and I kind of walk away from it. My only beef with this map so far is that it is that kind of standard try thing where, you know, there's left, right, and center. So far, it's a good map, but I'm still in the nostalgia phase, but I'm going to keep my eye on it and see whether or not, you know, it turns into a map that I don't want to play. With that, let's go and move on to Vertigo. And Vertigo is one of the maps that I was kind of talking about where they added in cover, because whether you go to left or right, there's usually always that cover on the outer edge where you can advance and circle around and flank and kill some people, which I'm really liking. And it doesn't really feel that it's that bland map anymore. You know, I don't go into the center for the sole reason that, you know, usually centers are open and, you know, that's usually the death pit, so I avoid the center. But going on the outskirts, I like to advance through there. You know, it's probably one of the best or one of the better advancing positions within the map pack, which is really cool. Yeah, overall, the map's not too bad. I like the fact that, you know, there's those few jump spots, few of those parts where you can walk on a thin rail and go around an area. But yeah, with that, let's go move on to Encore. And there was a lot of beef with Encore, for the reason being the Vonderhart's like, yeah, if you want to rock like a rock star, you know, you want to do amazing, party like a rock star, stand on the stage, woohoo, yeah! And a lot of people were like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. Who the hell's going to stand in the middle of a stage? You're not going to do anything. You're going to get shot from so many different lines of sights. There's no cover or anything. And I have to agree, that was a stupid thing to say. But in all honesty, working on the outer edge of the map, there's some pretty good cover, and once again, that was my big thing with this map pack, is that they added in cover, and that's what I really liked. Wherever I went, you know, from place to place, it was always cover, and that's what I really enjoyed. There was a couple long lines of sights, and there's a couple points where, you know, you can pop into the center, get a kill, and, you know, run back to the outer edge and circle around and kill the guys, which I enjoyed. But, yeah, solid map. Anyways, so we're just in this video, so like the video if you liked it, or if you found it helpful, subscribe to me if you want to see more of my videos, and Monkey Dragon, guys. That's all I really got.